But they'll face stiff competition, not only from McLaren, but also from Red Bull, Sophia. And there's been some changes at Red Bull since I believe we last did our podcast. Of course, Sergio Perez has been sacked from his role as the second driver at Red Bull. He's been replaced by Liam Lawson to compete in his first full season as Max Verstappen's teammate. Oh boy, I mean, it's good. I'm glad he's got the promotion, but that is a trial by fire. That is a tough one potentially there. And we've also got Isaac Hadjar, who steps up from Formula Two runner-up to go to the newly renamed Racing Bulls, the second team of Red Bull, and he won't have an easy time either, in my opinion. He's got Yuki Tsunoda for a teammate too, and of course you would rightfully say, "Oh, give them time. They're both effectively rookies," but Red Bull doesn't like doing that usually.
No, definitely put them in the deep end. I mean, I feel for Yuki more than anything else because he kept on saying in press conferences, and it was looking like when it was announced that Checo was going to be leaving, that Yuki was going to step up. To me, I felt like that was probably the right decision for Yuki to step up. He's had the longest time working with the teams in F1. Obviously, Liam Lawson has had some great opportunities, some great races and everything, but consistently, you would think that you would put the next qualified driver to the top team, which would have been Yuki. So I feel for him. It's going to be interesting to see as well. As mentioned, for Liam Lawson, that's a heavy season to come into. It's the same, obviously, with Kimi going into Mercedes as well for first full season. It's going to be a lot of pressure to see as well, especially for Liam having Max as a teammate and the reigning champion and all of that. But going over to Racing Bulls as well, Isaac Hajar, it makes sense. If you look at the drivers, the junior drivers in Formula 2, it's Isaac Hajar, Pepe Marti, and Oliver Goethe. The three that were in Formula 2 for the season. Out of those three, he is the best decision. But they also had other ones like Arvid Lindblad, who's now going to be racing in Formula 2, and Tim Tramitz, I believe, has moved up as well to Formula 2 or is retaining for another Formula 3 season. So out of the junior drivers, it does make sense. I mean, there was also rumors that Owasa, who used to race in F2 and F3, he is now in Super Formula and doing very well in Super Formula, was going to be racing with in Racing Bulls, it would have been an all Japanese team as well, which would have been quite an interesting thing to see as well, pairing with Yuki. But it's going to be with Isaac. He is obviously the runner up. He's had some good races. He is a very forceful, I will say, driver when it comes to racing in Formula 2 and Formula 3. I understand the decision, but I mean, I don't know how he's going to mesh. And obviously, now with these new rules and the new swearings and criticizing, he's very much a person who likes to comment and criticize on things on track and off track. So I definitely will be interested to see how he is able to kind of rein it in, both on radio and in interviews as well. But it'll be quite interesting to see. And who knows, they might do another shakeup and move drivers around. It's not the first time Red Bull's done that, or any team per se as well. Obviously, the rumor with Alpine and everything changing, throwing into that conversation as well. So I'm excited to see the first couple months. And I think by then they'll probably have their feet on the ground and kind of understand what is needed for the teams. But very interesting to see.
It is, yeah. It's not a surprise really that Tsunoda wasn't promoted. I mean, Marco was basically saying for a long, long time that he's a hothead. He's not worthy of that. He's too inconsistent and all this, and fairly unfounded criticisms in my opinion. But it's not a surprise that they chose Lawson over him. But yeah, a guy going into Red Bull after half a season, and last time we saw that was Alex Albon, and didn't really work out particularly well, unfortunately. Despite Albon proving, in my opinion, that he's a very talented driver, it takes a lot more than talent to succeed at Red Bull, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens with both of those. Never a dull moment at the Red Bull organization. You can't accuse them of that.